See the red balloons tied to the streetlights, and couples chasing shadows through the snow. The city's dressed in silk and candlelight, but I've got nowhere left for me to go. I passed the florist on the corner of our street. The scent of jasmine made me lose my breath. Now every happy Valentine I meet feels like a little piece of digital death. The calendar is bleeding through the page, a day of love for a heart locked in a cage. I'm holding on to air where you should be, while the world celebrates what used to be. It's a Valentine without you, and the red feels wrong, like a broken note in a beautiful song. I'm staring at the table set for one, waiting for the morning when the ache is done. No ribbons to untie, no secrets left to tell, just the silence of a heart that fell. Yeah, it's just another Friday, cold and blue. My first Valentine without you. I found the card you gave me back in June, tucked inside a book I never read. Always yours, you wrote beneath the moon. Now it's just a ghost inside my head. I almost called to hear your hollow tone, then remembered that your number isn't home. Now I'm drinking wine from a paper cup, while the stars above are refusing to light up. Should I buy myself the flowers? Should I lie and say I'm fine, while I'm counting down the hours of this bitter Valentine? Every I love you in the air tonight is a reminder of the fire we couldn't light. It's a Valentine without you, and the red feels wrong, like a broken note in a beautiful song. I'm staring at the table set for one, waiting for the morning when the ache is done. No ribbons to untie, no secrets left to tell, just the silence of a heart that fell. Yeah, it's just another Friday, cold and blue. My first Valentine without you. The candles burn down to the tray. Tomorrow's just a normal Saturday, but tonight the world is pink and gold, and I'm just trying not to lose my hold without you. Just another Friday without you. past the shop on the corner of 4th, where the winter wind blows from the bitter north. I saw the red petals and the ribbons of gold, the kind of forever we used to be told. I bought a dozen, though I'm walking alone, to a house that's become just a pile of stone. I'm trimming the stems in the sink by the light of a moon that's too cold for a Valentine's night. The water is cloudy, the air is so thin, I'm opening doors that I can't let you in. Each thorn is a memory sharp and so deep of a promise we both were too broken to keep. And I'm holding a bouquet of regrets tonight, wrapping my fingers around them so tight. They don't smell like summer, they smell like the rain of a love that withered and turned into pain. I'm setting the table for a ghost in the chair, brushing the dust out of thin empty air. Yeah, the roses are dying and I'm losing my mind with the bouquet of regrets that you left behind. I remember the February we didn't sleep, the secrets we swore that we both always keep. Now I'm reading the card that I'll never send to a lover who's now just a used-to-be friend. The pink ones for passion, the white ones for truth, but they all look like shadows of our wasted youth. I should throw them away, let them rot in the street, but the bitterness feels like the only thing sweet. I should have said stay, I should have said no, I should have held on when you wanted to go, but I stood in the garden and watched the frost fall. Now I'm standing here holding the weight of it all. The petals are dropping like blood on the floor, and I don't wanna blue, I don't want to anymore, because I'm holding a bouquet of regrets tonight, wrapping my fingers around them so tight. They don't smell like summer, they smell like the rain of a love that withered and turned into pain. I'm setting the table for a ghost in the chair, brushing the dust out of thin empty air. Yeah, the roses are dying and I'm losing my mind with the bouquet of regrets that you left behind. One for the sorry, one for the why, one for the day that we said our goodbye. The vase is half empty, the garden is gray. Happy Valentines in the worst kind of way. Regrets, just regrets. The florist said that pink was for a love that's kind and sweet, so I carried them like crystal down our quiet, frozen street. They're resting on the counter now, a soft and dusty hue, looking just as tired as the way I feel for you. You swore you'd be the anchor when the February gales began, but you're just another shadow with a distance hearing plan. The water in the vase is clear, but the air is getting thick with the scent of every lie that made my heavy spirit sick. The petals are so fragile, like the words you used to say before you packed your bags and threw the us of us away. I'm counting every thorn tonight, a tally of the cost of believing in a summer when the ground was covered in frost. It's just broken promises and pink roses tonight. A beautiful disaster in the pale and lonely light. You gave me your word, but you left me the thorns to decorate the silence of a heart that only mourns. The ribbons are untied and the colors starting to bleed into the empty spaces of love I didn't need. Just a room full of echoes and a garden of despair with broken promises and pink roses everywhere. I remember how you told me we were different from the rest, that our love was like a heartbeat inside a hollow chest. But you're just a master of the maybe and the soon, while I'm a lonely sailor reaching for a paper moon. I saw a petal drop just now. It didn't make a sound, like the way you left me standing on our sacred holy ground. No lightning and no thunder, just a quieted shifting tide and a box of pink excuses where your honesty should hide. Don't call me in the morning, don't send a thinking of you text. I'm tired of the guessing and the what is coming next. You can keep your pretty flowers, you can keep your hollow ring. I'm done with all the poison that a pink rose brings. Let the petals turn to ashes, let the stems all start to break. I've given all the pieces that you're ever gonna take. Just broken promises and pink roses tonight. A beautiful disaster in the pale and lonely light. You gave me your word, but you left me the thorns to decorate the silence of a heart that only mourns. The ribbons are untied and the colors starting to bleed into the empty spaces of love I didn't need. Just a room full of echoes and a garden of despair with broken promises and pink roses Pick them up, throw them out. That's what love is all about. A little bit of pink, a whole lot of gray, another broken promise. on Valentine's Day. Everywhere. The box is shaped like a heart, but it's hollow inside. Just like the excuses and the places we hide. I bought the expensive kind, the ones you used to crave. Now they're just sitting here like flowers on a grave. I took a bite of the salt and the caramel swirl, but the sweetness is gone from this bitter leaf world. It's funny how sugar can taste just like regret when the person you love is a person you haven't met yet again. I'm unwrapping silver, I'm unwrapping gold, but everything I'm touching is shivering and cold. The foil crinkles like a scream in the dark as the fireplace dies without a single spark. And I'm crying chocolate tears tonight, staining the pillows and the lace so white. A sugar-coated tragedy in every single bite, trying to swallow the wrong to make it feel right. It's a cocoa-colored sadness, a velvet kind of pain, watching our Valentine sun turn into rain. Yeah, the box is half empty, but my heart is full of fear, drowning in the salt of a chocolate tear. They say dark chocolate is good for the soul, but it can't fill the space of the whining hole. I'm reading the guide on the back of the lid, looking for the us that we secretly hid. Nutty and brittle or soft in the core. I don't think I know who you are anymore. The candy is melting in the palm of my hand, like every last plan that we ever had planned. Give me the bitter, give me the 90%. I wanna taste exactly where the love went. No more honey, no more cream, just the waking up from a beautiful dream. I'm sticky with sorrow or heavy with white, as the sugar rush fades and I start to cry. And I'm crying chocolate tears tonight, staining the pillows and the lace so white. A sugar-coated tragedy in every single bite, trying to swallow the wrong to make it feel right. It's a cocoa-colored sadness, a velvet kind of pain, watching the Valentine sun turn into rain. Yeah, the box is half empty, but my heart is full of fear, drowning in the salt of a chocolate tear. kiss in a cold, dark, chocolate-scented place. Happy Valentine's to me. Breath from my mouth is a ghost in the air. I'm standing on the porch, but you aren't there. The porch light is flickering a dying orange eye underneath the weight of a February sky. I remember the warmth of your hand in my coat, and the I love you letters that you secretly wrote. But the mercury's dropping, the glass is starting to crack, and I'm calling for a summer that's never coming back. The red on the roses is turning to blue, just like the silence between me and you. I'm reaching for a fire that's been out for a week, while the frost starts to gather on my frozen cheek. And I'm haunted by cold kisses and winter tonight, the kind that don't burn, the kind that don't light. They're like snowflakes on my lips, they vanish so fast, leaving nothing but the shiver of a love that didn't last. Yeah, your touch used to melt all the ice in my soul. Now it's just a winter that I can't quite control. No heat in the hallway, no stars in the park, just cold kisses in the Valentine dark. I saw your car tracks in the fresh falling snow, leading to a place where I'm not allowed to go. I almost followed the trail to your door, but I don't think I'm welcome in your heart anymore. The wine in the glass is a frozen red lake, like every last promise you were willing to break. I'm hugging myself just to stay in a room, in a house that feels more like a crystalline tomb. Give me one more February, give me one more June, before the sun goes down on this afternoon. I'm tired of the numbness, I'm tired of the chill, I'm tired of the way that the world is so turn to ash. Just another February crash. Cold kisses, cold heart, cold Valentine. Goodbye. See them floating at the ceiling of the grocery store. Static electricity and a love that's now at shore. 1,000 shiny spheres filled with nothing but the air, mocking me from up above while I'm gasping down here. I bought a single one just to feel the plastic string, tied it to my wrist like a cheap and hollow ring. But the helium is heavy when you're walking all alone, and every string feels like a wire cut into the bone. The sky is full of rubber hearts drifting out to sea, but there's a giant crimson wall standing over me. I'm looking for a needle, I'm looking for a way to breathe inside the pressure of this bright and happy day. Held them when we walked along the pier. Now the sound of them rubbing together is all that I can hear. It's a screeching plastic symphony of everything we lost. A high gloss finish covering the February frost. If I let the string go, start to rise, or would I just be watching more debris across the skies? They say that love is light, they say that love is free, but tonight it feels like gravity is coming down on me. Swells with a distorted, dizzy intensity. Pop one for the memories, pop one for the lies, pop one for the way you never looked me in the eyes. The room is getting smaller, the red is everywhere. I'm drowning in a sunset made of symphony air. Let them burst, let them break, let them fall to the floor. I can't carry the dusty corners of this empty hallway home. No more floating, no more shine, just the shriveled rubber of a wasted Valentine, crushed under red. The drugstore window is a blur of electric pink, a chemical glow that doesn't give me time to think. I'm walking the pavement, dodging the lucky ones, the boys with the lilies and the daughters and the sons. The storefronts are bleeding a bright synthetic red, a neon halo for the thoughts inside my head. I bought a cheap car just to feel the paper weight, a little piece of yesterday delivered much too late. The hum of the city is a low buzzing moan in a crowd of a million. I've never been so alone. I'm looking for a shadow, I'm looking for a sign underneath the buzzing of a flickering Valentine. And I'm crying under neon hearts tonight, staining my jacket in the artificial light. The world is glowing in a shade of I'm okay, while I'm just a static mess fading into gray. Yeah, the gas filled tubes are screaming out your name in a high voltage flicker of the February game. There's no warmth in the color, no soul in the blue, just me crying under neon hearts without you. I saw our reflection in a darkened cafe glass, just a ghost of a couple watching all the others pass. I remember when the neon felt like a velvet sun, before the forever and the always were both done. Now the pink is just a poison, the red is just a scar, reflecting off the windshield of a lonely passing car. I'm standing in the puddles of the February rain, where the light turns to oil and the oil turns to pain. light starts to drop, just a cold dark street and the sound of my feet. Happy Valentines in the neon rain, under the neon heart. The sky is raining paper hearts on 5th and May, and I'm just standing here, a lightning rod for pain. I watch the archer take his aim in the neon light, looking for a miracle to get me through the night. He pulled the string back slowly, I close my eyes so tight, waiting for that golden sting to make the world feel right. But all I heard was whistling, a cold and empty sound, as another hollow promise hit the frozen ground. They say he never misses, they say his aim is true, but I think he's got a grudge against a heart like mine and you. He's playing favorites in the clouds, watching from above, while I'm just down here starving for a renovated love. I see the couples clutching roses like their shields, protecting what they've planted in their sunny little fields. I'm checking for a wound, I'm checking for a scar, but I'm as empty as the glasses in this lonely corner bar. Maybe his eyes were tired, maybe his bow was bent, maybe I'm not worth the gold that his treasury has spent. I'm a just missed story Cupid missed again. I dim the lights at 7, just like I used to do. Put on that velvet record that always smelled like you. The needle skips a little on the part where we'd embrace, and I'm reaching out for shadows in this hollow, quiet space. I'm wearing my best jacket, the one you said you liked, before the winter settled and the bitter fever spiked. I'm standing in the kitchen where the tile is cold and gray, counting down the minutes of another Valentine's Day. The moonlight's drawing patterns on the empty wooden floor. I'm waiting for your footsteps to come through the heavy door, but the only thing that's moving is the curtain in the breeze, and the way my heart is shaking, falling to its knees. Close my eyes so tightly I could see your yellow dress, the way you'd lean against me, a beautiful confess. We'd spin until the world was just a blur of gold and red. Now I'm spinning in the circles of the things we never said. I tripped over a ribbon from a box of old regrets, the kind of heavy sorrow that a lover never gets, until the music stops and the lights all turn to blue, and you realize the partner in your arms was never true. A permanent goodbye, because I'm dancing with my memories in the middle of the night, twirling through the wreckage in the flickering candlelight. I can almost feel your heartbeat, I can almost hear your sigh, as the February stars start to fall out of the sky. One The needle hits the end. The song is over now. I'm taking one last bow to an empty house and a broken vow. Happy Valentine's, my memory. Thanks for the dance. The maitre d' gave me a sympathetic look as he led me to the corner near the velvet curtain nook. I told him he's just running late, or she'll be here quite soon. While I watch the silver flicker of a lonely afternoon, I ordered for us both the way I always used to do. 2 glasses of the vintage red, a shimmering shade of you. But the chair across from me is light. It's gathered up the cold, a story with a missing half that's never been told. The waiter brings the bread and leaves a napkin for your ghost. I'm raising up my glass to give a hollow-hearted toast to the seat that stays so level and the plate that stays so clean in the middle of the loudest room I've ever even seen. It's an empty table for 2 on the 14th floor, with a view of all the lovers walking through the open door. I'm talking to the candlelight, I'm laughing at the air, trying to pretend that you're still sitting right there. But the salt is in the water and the wine is turning blue at this empty table for 2. Just an empty table for 2. The couple at the next booth over, they're whispering so low, feeding each other secrets that I used to think I'd know. They don't see the jagged edges empty table for two. I'll just take the bill. Yeah, I'll pay for both the final expensive broken oath. Keep the change and keep the seat. I've got no more heart to eat. Table for two. But I'm walking home alone. The grocery store is a sea of red and pink. I'm staring at the tile, trying not to think about the reservations that I didn't have to make, and the way my hands start shivering for your sake. I see the jewelry ads on every glowing screen, reminding me of everything that might have been. The air is thick with sugar and a cheap perfume, while I'm just oxygen inside an empty room. They say that love is in the air today, but it feels like smoke that won't go away. I'm suffocating on the what ifs and the whys underneath these neon purple February skies. It's February 14th, and I'm all alone with 1,000 unread messages on my phone. The world is sharing chocolate and a glass of wine, while I'm just trying to survive the finish line. No box of candy, no more on my way, just the heavy silence of a Hallmark holiday. Yeah, the calendar is lying. It's not a day for two. It's just February 14th alone without you. I took the long way home to miss the part where we used to carve our names into the dark. Now the bench is covered in a dusting of frost, like a monument to everything we lost. I watched a stranger buy a single rose and wondered if he knows how the story goes, how it starts with a spark and a frantic beat, and ends with a lonely walk down a crowded street. I could turn the lights out, I could go to sleep, but the ghosts of February play for keeps. I'm tired of the ribbons, I'm tired of the lace, I'm tired of looking for your ghost in every face. It's just 24 hours, just a circle of the clock, until the world stops staring and the heart doors lock. Check the clock, I'm at 59. Almost over this Valentine. Just a day, just a number, just a day. Wish I could wash the red away. February 14th. Alone. I'm sitting in the diner on the edge of 5th and Main, watching neon pink reflections melting in the rain. The waitress brought 2 coffees, just like she always did, before the us we used to be went off and finally hid. I'm looking at the empty sea, the vinyl's cold and cracked, a map of every memory that I can't ever take back. I'm tracing out your name in the sugar on the wood, while the world is celebrating like I really wish I could. The radio's playing that song from junior year, the one that used to make you smile and whisper in my ear. But now the melody is jagged and the lyrics are all blurred, like a beautiful confession that nobody ever heard. And I'm haunted by the ghost of our love story tonight, a flicker in the shadow in the Valentine light. I'm reading the chapters where we didn't go wrong, before the forever turned into a song. Yeah, the ink is all faded and the pages are torn in the quietest house where a broken heart mourns. I'm hugging a memory, I'm chasing a spark with the ghost of our love story, lost in the dark. I went to buy the car today, the one with all the lace, but I couldn't find a single word to fit your empty space. To my everything it said, but you're nothing to me now, just a footprint in the winter and a shattered holy vow. I saw you in a stranger's life, I saw you in the street, a momentary heartbeat that I wasn't meant to meet. Now I'm back at home with candles that I'm never gonna light, sharing dinner with a phantom on a February night. Music builds a weeping cello, joins the piano. Did I miss the foreshadowing? Did I skip the part where the hero walks away with a heavy hollow heart? I'm flipping through the photos, I'm staring at the screen, trying to find the when and where of everything always the same. A cold, quiet room and a whispered name. Happy Valentine's ghost. Sleep well to me. My story is over. Wrapped it up in silver, I tied it with a bow, the kind of perfect package that you'd never wanna let go. I skipped the cotton candy, they felt a little small for the person who was once my world, my everything, my all. I left it on your doorstep, in the shadows and the rain. A heavy little secret, carrying a lifetime's worth of pain. I walked away in silence as the street lights started to dim, knowing that tonight you're opening a gift meant for him. It's not jewelry, it's not gold, it's a story that's grown tired and old, a fragile thing that's beaten black and blue, and I gave the only copy left to you. I put my heart in a gift box this Valentine's Day. Since you didn't want it, I'm giving it away. It's tucked under tissue in the velvet disguise, so you don't have to look at the tears in its eyes. Hands over chairs, oh I know that you want. You say that you love me, but your cold hands say you don't yet. Signed and it's sealed, but the ending is lost. Just a heart in a gift box, covered in frost. Do you like the way it looks there, sitting on your shelf? Does it make you feel guilty? Do you lie to yourself? I hope the ribbon's pretty, I hope the paper's bright enough to hide the bleeding in the middle of the night. You can keep it in the attic, you can throw it in the fire, you can trade it for a brand new love or a moment of desire. But remember when you open it and you see what's inside, that's the part of me that stays. It's Valentine's Day. Since you didn't want it, I'm giving it away. It's tucked on a tissue and a velvet disguise, so you don't have to look at the tears in its eyes. Handle with candle, I know that you won't. You say that you love me, but your cold hands say you don't. Yeah, it's signed and it's sealed, but the ending is lost. Just a heart in a gift box, covered in frost. Keep the box, keep the bow. I've got nothing left to show, just a hollow chest and lonely walk, while the paper tears and the shadows talk. Happy Valentines, it's yours to break. The card is on the table, it's a shade of neon red, but I'm choking on the sentences that we never said. I bought it weeks ago when the world felt warm and bright, before the shadows grew and swallowed up the light. Now the glitter's on my fingers like a silver kind of dust, a sparkling reminder of the way we turned to rust. I'm staring at the ink and I'm staring at the door, knowing that I love you doesn't live here anymore. I'm folding up the edges, I'm tucking in the pain, listening to the rhythm of the February rain. It's a holiday for lovers, but we're just a ghost story, trading in the magic for a tragic kind of glory. And it's a heart-shaped goodbye, written in the dark, a final little ember from a dying little spark. I'm sealing up the envelope and leaving it behind. With every single memory I'm trying to unbind. No ribbons and no candy, just a hollow paper shell. The hardest way to tell you that I wish you really well. Yeah, the red is turning black under a lonely winter sky, with this heart-shaped goodbye. I remember how we used to count the days until the 14th, like a finish line for all the love we kept inside our teeth. Now it's just a deadline for the ending of our lease, a frantic search for quiet and a desperate need for peace. I see the fancy boxes in the window of the shop, and I wonder where the falling is ever gonna stop. I'm signing off with always, but we both know that's a lie. A pretty little band tear it into pieces? Should I throw it in the fire? Should I scream it from the rooftop like a lonely broken choir? It's too small for the sorrow, it's too bright for the grief. A cardboard consolation for a love that was so brief. Go on and open it. Go on and see the end. See the heart-shaped wreckage of your lover and your friend. Because it's a heart-shaped goodbye, written in the dark. A final little ember from a dying little spark. I'm sealing up the envelope and leaving it behind. With every single memory I'm trying to unbind. No ribbons and no candy, just a hollow paper shell. The hardest way to tell you that I wish you really well. Yeah, the red is turning black under a lonely winter sky. With this heart-shaped goodbye, the lace is torn, the ink is dry. I've run out of reasons to even try. Just a red scrap of paper on a cold wooden floor. I don't think I can do this anymore. I checked the label on the life we built, past the honeyed words and the golden gilt. There's a date stamped deep on the kitchen wall, right before the leaves began to fall. I thought we were timeless, thought we were gold, but the air in the hallways turning to mold. I'm looking at the calendar circled in red, but the feeling is cold and the fire is dead. They say love is a vintage that gets better with time, but ours turned to vinegar, a slow motion crime. The sweetness is gone, the bottle is dry, underneath the heavy charcoal gray sky. Because the love expired in February, right when the world was turning pink. We hit the edge of the sanctuary and watched the whole ship start to sink. Yeah, the best if I used by was yesterday. Now there's nothing left for me to say. No more sweetness, no more I'm yours. Just the sound of the locking doors. Yeah, the love expired in February. I'm throwing out the candy and the cheap champagne, trying to scrub your memory out of my brain. It's funny how a heart has a shelf life too, a limit on the things I would do for you. The flowers are wilting in the grocery aisle, like the fading light of your hollow smile. We're a week past the deadline, a day past the grace, just two strangers sharing an empty space. You can't freeze a moment, you can't stop the ride when the heart starts forgetting the lessons it taught. We stayed on the shelf just a little too long until the harmony turned into a broken song. Now the air is sour and the light is thin, and I don't know where the us even begin. Because the love expired in February, right when the world was turning pink. it half-daft. The cursor is blinking, a heartbeat of white against the blue glow of a lonely late night. I hit send like a prayer to a God who moved on, while the rest of the world is out dancing till dawn. Now I'm watching the screen, terrified of the view, just waiting for the liver to turn into read by you. The city is glowing in shades of neon red, but I'm paralyzed here in the mess of my bed. I see those three dots, they dance and they tease, then they vanish like smoke in a cold winter breeze. And now it's just love left on read, two little check marks, but nothing is said on a day made for lovers. I'm haunted by blue, by the silence that screams I'm not over you. I'm staring at the timestamp 11:11, wishing for a piece of our digital heaven, but the screen stays dark and the fire is dead. Just another Valentine left on read. I scroll through the pictures from Valentine's past, back when we thought that the scent would always last. You're laughing at dinner, there's wine on your chin. Now I can't even find a way to get back in. I see you're online, yeah, I see you right there. Are you ignoring the weight of the words that we share, or are you just holding your phone to your chest, deciding that silence is probably best? Type something, break me, or tell me it's over. I'm tired of looking for luck in the clover. I take a goodbye or I don't call again over this vacuum, this ghost of a pen. The silence is louder than any I hate you. I'm stuck in the scene and I can't even reach you. Yeah, it's just love left on read, two little check marks, but nothing is said on a day made for lovers. I'm haunted by blue, by the silence that screams I'm not over you. I'm staring at the timestamp 11:11, wishing for a piece of our digital heaven, but the screen stays dark and the fire is dead. Just another Valentine left on read. Well, online goes great. You've walked away. It's 12:01, Feb 15th on the screen, the emptiest feeling I've ever seen. Just a ghost in the machine left on red. past the shop where the lilies grow tall, and the roses are screaming from every wall. The florist, he smiled, held the bouquet out wide, but I looked at the floor and I stepped to the side. Last year the backseat was fragrant and sweet, with 100 red petals and a heart so complete. But the garden we planted, it didn't survive, and I'm the only one left here staying alive. My vase is a ghost on the windowsill. The water is stagnant, the morning is chill. There's no need to trim them or keep them in light when there's nobody coming to kiss me tonight. So there will be no flowers this year, no colors to show, just the gray of the sky and the white of the snow. I'm letting the garden go back to the mud to save myself from the scent of the blood. No baby's breath whispers, no stems in a glass, just watching the shadows of lovers go past. My hands are empty, my garden is clear. There'll be no flowers this year. I remember the thorns that we used to ignore, when your boots and your jacket were tossed on the floor. We thought if we watered the love that we made, that the bloom would be permanent, never to fade. But the frost hit in August, the leaves turned to brown, and the walls of our greenhouse came crumbling down. Now I don't wanna blossom to wither and die. I'm tired of things that are born for a lie. Don't bring me a daisy, don't bring me a rose, don't bring me a beauty that everyone knows. If it's destined to dry and to turn into dust, then I'll leave all the petals to rot and to rust. I'd rather have nothing than something that dies, like the I love yous hidden in your velvet eyes. There will be no flowers this year, no colors to show, just the gray of the sky and the white of the snow. I'm letting the garden go back to the mud to save myself from the scent of the blood. No baby's breath whispers, no stems in a glass, just watching the shadows of lovers go past. My hands are empty, my garden is clear. There'll be no flowers this year. The dirt is so quiet, the roots are so deep. I finally found a promise I can keep. No stems to cut, no water to pour. I don't need the beauty anymore. The calendar is hanging by a single rusted nail, a record of a winter where our steady spirits failed. I remember how the light used to dance across your face before we turned this home into a cold and hollow space. I'm packing up the memories in a box marked don't return, watching all the letters that I'm too afraid to burn. It's the 14th once again, but the air is different now, like a broken promise or a forgotten holy vow. Yeah, we're standing on the shoreline of a frozen gray sea, between the who we were and the who we're gonna be. I'm reaching for your hand, but I only find the ghost of the person in this room that I used to love the most. Because this is our last February, our final Valentine, the end of the story where your heart was mine. No more red ribbons, no more see you at 10. We're crossing the border to the never again. Yeah, the roses are weeping and the candles are low, in the beautiful, terrible way that we let go. It's a long walk to March, but I'm making it through after our last February with you. Do you remember that diner on the edge of the town, where we laughed until the sun and the coffee went down? Now I drive past the window and I don't even look, like a finished chapter in a dusty old book. You wearing that sweater that I bought you last year, but you're looking at the exit like you're fueled by fear. We're just going through the motions, we're just playing the part in the slow motion wreckage of a Valentine heart. Don't say I'm sorry, don't say let's try. I'm tired of the maybe and the give it a fly. The ink is already dry on the page. We're just two birds finally leaving the cage. Let the winter wind blow, let the shadows all fall. This is the hardest goodbye of them all. Because this is our last February, our final Valentine, the end of the story where your heart was mine. No more red ribbons, no more see you at 10. We're crossing the border to the never again. Yeah, the roses are weeping and the candles are low, in the beautiful, terrible way that we let go. It's a long walk to March, but I'm making it through after our last February with you. Berlin 59. The clock is almost there. I can feel the change in the winter air. Happy Valentine's. For the very last time. Goodbye, February. You weren't mine. I pulled it from the bottom of the laundry pile today. The one you wore the night you said you had to go away. You stretched out at the sleeves where you used to hide your hands, a souvenir of us and all our broken-hearted plans. I went to put it on to keep the February chill at bay, but the second it hit my skin, I felt the world start to gray. Because the collar's holding secrets that I'm not ready to lose. A scent that smells like Sunday mornings and the Sunday blues. It's vanilla, it's wood smoke, it's a hint of jasmine tea. It's the ghost of your presence wrapped all over me. I'm breathing in the heartache, I'm inhaling every lie. Underneath the heavy charcoal-colored Valentine sky, and I'm haunted by the perfume on my hoodie tonight. The ghost of your touch in the flickering light. It feels like you're here, like you're holding me close, but I'm just slow dancing with the memory's ghost. The scent is still sweet, but the ending is sour. I've been sitting in this hallway for a lonely silent hour, drowning in the fragrance of a love that didn't stay. Just the perfume on my hoodie on Valentine's Day. I should throw it in the wash, I should scrub the threads clean, erase the only evidence of everything we've been. But if I lose the smell of you, then you're really truly gone, and I'm not strong enough to face the February dawn. So I'm hugging my own shoulders, pretending it's your arms, ignoring all the sirens and the heavy heart alarms. Every fiber of the cotton is a map of where we went. Now I'm just a prisoner to a disappearing scent. It's fading, I can feel it slipping through the seams. The heartbeat of the fabric of our dreams. I'm terrified to move, I'm terrified to breathe. 'Cause once the smell is gone, there's nothing left but me. Don't go yet, stay a little longer in the thread. Don't leave me with the silence and the empty space instead. Because I'm haunted by the perfume on my hoodie tonight. The ghost of your touch in the flickering light. vanilla's almost gone, just a piece of cheap clothing in the middle of the lawn. I'll wear it till it's nothing but a thread in the side. Happy Valentine's. Goodbye. And a long exhale. I woke up early just to beat the morning rush, before the city turned to pink and sugar crush. I bought the deepest crimson ones that look like wine, to place them on the table for a ghost of Valentine. But as the clock started ticking toward the afternoon, the sunlight felt like winter, fading out too soon. I watched the water clouded in the crystal of the vase, reflecting back the hollow lines across my tired face. You promised me a garden that would never see the frost, but every single petal is a tally of what's lost. I'm reaching for the beauty, but I'm catching only thorns in the quiet of a hallway where a broken spirit mourns. And I'm watching red roses turn to black tonight, dying in the shadows of the flickering candlelight. The I love yous are wilting, the passion's gone to gray, as the magic of the moment starts to wither and decay. Yeah, the velvet is curling and the scent is turning sour, counting down the ending of a very last hour. There's no bloom in the garden, no spark in the track, just watching red roses turn to black. I remember when the color used to set the room on fire, a velvet little heartbeat for a desperate desire. Now the edges are seamed by the silence and the cold, a story of a forever that's already grown old. I should throw them in the trash, let the garbage take the grief, but I'm clinging to the wreckage for a momentary relief. Just a funeral for a feeling that we couldn't keep alive, on the day when only lovers are supposed to survive. Burn the ready, break the glass, let the darkness in. I'm tired of the maybe and the way dust, sweep up the leaves. That's what a heart does when it finally grieves. No more red, no more gold, just a winter story that's been told. Happy Valentines to the end of the track. Red roses turn to black. I bought the dozen just to watch them start, a crimson ghost of the way we are. I left the ribbons on the kitchen floor, like every promise that you made before. The clock is ticking, counting down the light. The red is bleeding into black and white. You said forever back in January, but February feels like a cemetery, and every second is a heavy stone. I'm celebrating being all alone, because the roses die at midnight when the magic turns to gray, and the I love yous that you whisper start to wither and decay. Yeah, the petals fall like teardrops on the cards I'll never sign. Everything turns into ashes when the clock strikes Valentine. Our roses die after midnight. The wine is sour in a single glass, just another year I've gotta let pass. I saw your shadow on a stranger's street, a ghost of us that I don't wanna meet. Chocolate melting in a golden box, while I'm just listening to the ticking clocks. Because the roses die at midnight when the magic turns to gray, and the I love yous that you whisper start to wither and decay. Yeah, the petals fall like teardrops on the cards I'll never sign. Everything turns into ashes when the clock strikes Valentine. Oh, roses die after midnight. And the room goes cold, another story that will never be told. I'm sweeping up the thorns you left behind, trying to get your memory out of my mind, but the scent of you still lingers in the air, like a haunting song or a desperate prayer. Yeah, the roses die at midnight when the magic turns to gray, and the I love yous that you whisper start to wither and decay. The petals fall like teardrops on the cards I'll never sign. Everything turns into ashes when the clock strikes Valentine. The sun is coming up, the red is gone, just a garden full of ghosts at dawn. Happy Valentine's to the mess you made, watch the colors start to fade. Roses die after after midnight. They always die after midnight. Turn the ringer up to max, just to hear the air, the kind of quiet that follows a desperate prayer. The neighbors are laughing through the thin apartment wall. I can hear the corks popping, I can hear it all. But in here, the ice is freezing in the train, a frozen monument to a February day. I'm sitting on the edge of a perfectly made bed, wishing for a storm to drown the static in my head. They say that silence is golden, but they're lying through their teeth. It's a heavy iron blanket with a heartbeat underneath. I'm suffocating on the things we didn't say, as the final light of evening starts to slip away. And it's just silence on Valentine's night. No, I'm sorry, no honey, I'm home, no light. Just the hum of the fridge and the ticking of the clock, and the ghost of a key turning in the heavy lock. I'm shouting your name in the back of my throat, but I'm sinking like a stone in a wooden boat. Yeah, the world is a symphony, but I've lost it all to the deafening silence on Valentine's night. I found a single candle, but I didn't find a match. Just another memory I'm not supposed to scratch. I remember when the silence was a comfortable thing, before the winter came and took away the spring. Now it's a jagged edge, it's a cold unhallowed room, a celebration wrapped inside a velvet-lined tomb. I'm watching the dust motes dance in the dark, waiting for a whisper, waiting for a spark. So anything, scream at me, tell me it's done. Don't leave me here fading like a winter sun. Quiet is a weapon, it's a slow motion blade, cutting through the fabric of every plan we made. I can't hear my own heart, I can't hear my own soul. The silence is a monster, and it's taking control, because it's just silence on Valentine's night. No, I'm sorry, no honey, I'm home, no light. Just the hum of the fridge and the ticking of the clock, and the ghost quiet house, waiting for the dawn. No, I love you. No, good night. Just the silence. On Valentine.